It's getting kind of hot in my garage, so I gotta like replay that mantra. Do not cheat yourself. Do the damn reps. Not really feeling it today, and I'm sure a lot of you out there think you're a competitive powerlifter or you do this for a living, that every day you come in here it's gonna be like really exciting. Actually, it's pretty redundant. The workout that I'm doing today, you've seen parts of it in a previous video. If you wanna get stronger and you wanna grow, it's all about redundancy, consistency, doing the same thing over several blocks so that you can actually progress in those lifts. With that being said, it can feel monotonous, it can feel demotivating sometimes to come in here. So I have like a mantra for every training block. I am a huge Game of Thrones fan. If you're familiar with the character on there, Arya, after her family got slaughtered, she just started repeating the names of everybody that she wanted to take out. And I'm not comparing lifting to a kill list, but basically like Arya, Game of Throning it in here. My mantra is don't cheat yourself so that I can just get it done. Every time, like if I'm squatting and I'm like, oh crap, I have 3 more sets, I could just rack this because it doesn't matter. I'm not competing anymore. I just keep repeating in my head, don't cheat yourself. Another way to feel motivated and to have discipline in the gym is to change your purpose for training. If you're not competing, that purpose is now not there. So now my purpose for training is, I know I'm gonna feel better. Making sure that you have goals that you're having for yourself every single block is gonna be really helpful to stay motivated and stay disciplined in the gym. Hopefully those tips are helpful, starting with overhead press, which you have not seen. So let's get started. So I'm doing push press, kind of some technique points here. When you walk out the bar, you want to still take your air and almost kind of not tuck your pelvis because you don't want to overcorrect and be like this, but really stacking your ribs over your hips, getting that little bit of push and then kind of putting your head through at the top, almost how you see kind of weightlifters when they do the clean and jerk, as they come up over here and the head kind of pokes through a little bit. You're kind of staying in line and you're not getting into a ton of extension. Sometimes people think if they get a really strong overhead press, they're gonna be a really strong bench presser. There's not a lot of crossover there. Typically, if you see people who are really strong in the overhead press, they're actually not that strong of benchers. My overhead press max, maybe like 62.5, 65 kilos, but my bench is actually close to 240 pounds. So not a lot of correlation there. Adding it in the blocks, I do find helpful. It breaks up the monotony. So next thing up is block pulls, conventional block pulls. I always warm up doing RDLs just to kind of get everything warm. Starting with the bar is always your best bet. Do some RDLs to get everything nice and toasty. If you watched the last video, I talked about doing block pulls if you're dealing with an injury and you need to, regress the movement. But another reason to do block pulls is to get stronger in the lockout. A lot of times when people are locking out, they lock out late. So they'll come up here and then they start to lock out up here. Block pulls, because you're starting from higher, as soon as you get tight and you're starting from that higher pull, typically with block pulls, the bar is gonna be like right below the knee, but you can have it higher depending on what you're trying to work on. So because we're starting from right here, right below the knee, as soon as you pull, we want to initiate and bring the hips forward, and that's going to train making that lockout quicker. That way when you take it from the floor, it's going to kind of be ingrained. As soon as that bar hits here, we're going to lock out and try to get that bar to lock out up here versus locking it out up here. If you do not already know, I use the JuggernautsAI.app, so if you want to train with me, get strong with me, join the most amazing community ever, make sure you get the app, JuggernautsAI.app. You get 2 weeks free. I'll even comment on your videos when you post them in the Facebook group, so join today. Okay, so I am doing a bridge block, so that's a total rep count. I have 9 reps left to do in this set. When you're doing the bridge block, you want to actually stop. So like, could I do 6 reps in this next set? Probably. But if I feel like my technique's starting to fail or I'm not locking out as quick as I want, you want to like stop, set the timer so then you can do the rest. Since I have 9 left, I think my technique broke down on the last one on the 5th rep. So I'll probably do 4 or 5 reps and then finish off with the last set. Kind of see on that last one, instead of like coming here and just locking out, I kind of just locked out there at the little bit late. And up next, have front foot elevated split squats. This is an accessory that I swapped out from the previous 2 blocks where I was doing Bulgarian split squats with the back foot elevated. This is going to be the front foot elevated, just getting a little bit stale doing the other ones. Also, when the front foot's elevated, allows you to go kind of a little bit deeper on that front leg and kind of helps the hips and everything feel good, especially because like I'm doing sprinting now. Because one thing that I do bad in sprinting is as I'm going, like I'm not really getting that kind of knee high like this, and my knee is kind of dropping here. So kind of want to just really work on like that force production there. You'll notice I have both of the things that I was using for block pulls. These stack, but also good for like accessory exercises. So it's kind of nice if you can buy multiple ones if you want it to go higher or whatever. You can get these from Rogue, not sponsored. I've put the link in there if you want. I have lat pull downs and face pulls. When I do these, I like to do them with the ropes as I'm pulling. I like to turn my thumbs and face them this way, and then keeping my elbows up, pulling it this way. And you'll see different variations of this. You'll see people pulling here, pulling higher. Do what makes you feel best and where you kind of want to target. I'm gonna go a little bit higher, kind of thinking about pulling this to my nose. Gonna do lat pull downs next. You'll see different variations. Some people will pull it down to here. I like to pull right to the top of my clavicle, down to the top, and then really controlling it at the top, getting that full stretch, full range of motion, and coming back down. And also kind of really watching the body English. By body English, I mean that real kind of where you're really using some momentum to get it down. I come from like old school 94 bodybuilding, and you would see, you know, the bigger guys like using some body English. I'm not like opposed to that, but you're also gonna get a lot more results and see a lot more hypertrophy if you actually go a little bit lighter, do more reps, and really control that eccentric and getting that full range of motion. But hey, you know what? Sometimes if you're feeling it and that's what's gonna keep you motivated, you need to go a little bit heavy just to work out some anger, work out some frustration, by all means have at it. Otherwise, control it. And it's getting kind of hot in my garage, so I gotta like really replay that mantra, like, do not cheat yourself. Do the damn reps. Lat pull downs are also a great warm-up for pull-ups. If you weigh 140 pounds, going right up to doing a pull-up, you're pulling 140 pounds over the bar. So warming up with some lat pull downs is gonna be really good to get you prepped to do your pull-ups. If you don't have it already, get my pull-up manual, because that's all in there, and it'll help you get your first pull-up or help you get more reps or even add weight. So check that out. Last but not least, dumbbell curls. You know, you don't want to neglect the arms, ladies, because guys like big arms, or at least some weirdos do. So another reason you do not want to skip doing bicep curls, you know, obviously aesthetically you want everything to be balanced, but if you want to get pull-ups, you want to get chin-ups, biceps are being used in that movement. It's going to be really helpful when you get to that last sticking point if you have a little bit stronger bicep to get up over the bar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next, because I would really love to make more content that you guys are wanting to see. Day in the life, eating, whatever it is, post that below. Also, do not forget, subscribe to the app, juggernautai.app, the best programming individualized for you. So check that out. You get 2 weeks free.